Okay, so back here at the 300D in the middle of taking off these disgusting fuel lines. They're hard and they're just gross. They got a bunch of brown, rusty colored stuff in there. Got some fuel lines from CarQuest and soft lines, not hard lines. I located let's move my water bottle. I located the fuel filter primary. It is down in here. It's right there. There it is. I have my hand on it right here. It's this cylinder thing. That's the fuel filter. So found that. So now I can put this brand spanking new one in there. And yeah, gonna replace that one of the lines I just took off from right there. Goes into the shiny little part right there. That's the primer to the I think this is the primer. If I had to guess correctly, I would say this is the primer because it's a pump next to the fuel filter housing directly connected to it with a bunch of fuel lines. I have to assume. I don't know. But the official workshop manual from the dealership is coming in like a week. So until that comes in and I can learn about everything and the whole chassis and the whole fucking everything, I'm just gonna have to guess and look on Google with the limited information that people put on Google. So other than that, I'm just looking for other hoses and lines that need some type of fix. There's a little cat fight over here. These cats were getting crazy over there, but yep, other than that, found the fuel filter. See, it's a little loose. You can hear, I don't know if you can hear it. Let's see if you can hear it. But there's a little diesel in the tank. Killer's hanging out with his sister right now. What's up, Chiquita? That's Killer's sister, and then Killer. Okay, so let them hang out. Let them hang out. But if you go up next to the tank and I shake the car, you can just slightly hear some liquid in there. So it's a 17-gallon tank, so I don't think there's very much in there. I'll go get a jerry can and put, I don't know, 5 gallons in there. And I'm gonna lower it off of this jack stand after I'm done with these fuel lines. Lower it off of this jack stand and let this downward slope of the driveway, like gravity, kind of pull it as I'm pumping it, as I'm trying to prime it. Like gravity kind of pull it this way. Maybe crank it a couple times, you know what I'm saying? Maybe get a start going today, but that's wishful thinking. We'll see what happens. Okay, so really good progress. Got the new fuel filter in, and with it in, I can see it has diesel in it, so it's pumping. It's pumping as I'm cranking it. I pumped the shit out of the primer here. It started dripping diesel out of right here, so I don't know if maybe the seal's bad or I just way overdid it. So it was just clicking off, click, 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 click. It wasn't turning the fan though. When I first started clicking this over, it was turning the fan, but now it's not. That almost makes me think that maybe this whole doohicker isn't as healthy as I thought here. The whole injector assembly might not be quite as healthy as I first thought. So I'm gonna have to find that out, but not bad. Alright, well, I'm here back at it again, trying to get this thing started. And so looking at this diagram here, I bought this little booklet, the emissions booklet, and so what's happening is my pre-filter is full. So that's this red one here, right? It's full. completely full with diesel. You can't really see it. I don't know how I can show. There it is. Look. So to the top, full with diesel. Oh, fuck. All right. So it's getting from the tank to there. I know that, and I am dripping a bunch of diesel. Oh, there goes my light. I'm dripping a bunch of diesel right here, and it's coming out of here, which is from the number 16 fuel injection. Fucking piece of shit. And there's an airplane. Okay. Alrighty, so it's dripping out of here, out of this tube, and this underside of here. It's dripping every time I try to pump it and start it. I'm using the battery out of my other diesel vents for now. I'm getting another one today, but that is number 16 is the right there, and that is where the pre-filter connects to the other little tube, the other line that is going to where it is dripping. So that leads me to believe that it is taking diesel from there to there. What I'm thinking is happening is, since it's leaking out of there, either it's not tight and sealed, and every time I crank it, it's just dumping the diesel out from right there, and because you know, I got the hood up and shit, I can't see it, or it's dirty in there, and there's some type of blockage somewhere in here that's preventing fuel from getting past there. And what makes me think that is, let's do a bit of investigation here. I'll take this. I don't have anything the size of this fuel filter cap bolt, so I just use a pipe wrench. I already have it kind of loose right now. Okay, so what I got going on here is that I take this out, right? Careful with the washer. Take it off. Place that up there. So there's nothing coming out of there, right? Nothing coming from the return lines. All three of these are return lines. Nothing coming out of there, nothing overfilling. And it doesn't even seem like there's much coming out of here. I mean, there is, but there's not really. Not as, I don't know. This is where it's supposed to come out of. There's supposed to be the fuel filter here, but I was thinking that maybe the fuel filter was getting in the way. There's supposed to be a fuel filter in here, but I was thinking maybe the fuel filter is getting in the way. So I took out the fuel filter, got it out of there. So I took the fuel filter and got it out of there. But now I'm not so sure even what's happening. I don't know. So I'm thinking I'm gonna take this off, this whole little piece, take it off from here, 'cause I think that's this same bolt. Probably not. I think it just connects it into there, but I need to find out why this isn't pumping from here, or if there's even diesel in here. And if there is, and it's going down into the injection pump, then I have a blockage in the injection pump in there, and that's gonna be a whole new prospect. My bucket's ready. Got a siphon for the fuel, new battery. This thing is gonna get running today. I have 5 gallons of fuel sitting in my car. This thing will get running today. The first little bit that came out was like gelatinous almost, so it's iced tea. I mean, look how dark it is. Can't even see the blue under that thin layer. Alrighty, quick update on my progress. I took out these absolutely horrible battery terminals. I mean, they're done. They're 50 years old. They're done. This one's alright, but whatever. I already got rid of it. I put some corrosion resistant, fancy looking brass ones. Yeah, I don't know, yeah, whatever. They look cool. And we are still just draining fuel at the world's slowest rate known to mankind. Looks frozen, but it's actually draining fuel at just like a constant speed. So, what we got? Maybe 2 gallons in there now of the most disgusting, darkest fuel ever. And we got Killer's sister, Miss Chiquita. Where's Killer? Killer, there you are, buddy. Got them hanging out while I'm working on the car. This thing's running today. This is just gonna take a long time. The 300D. I have the first cylinder injector has oil. Middle 3 are decent. Number 4 is shaky. 5 has diesel, or not diesel, oil. So this car might be done, but I'm gonna see what I can do. So there's some bad news here. This going from, let's see, 1 through 5, just the way I was testing them. I don't know the actual order. 1, 1450, 2, 1525, 3, 15, 4, 1625, 5, 1550. So they're all within the proper range of each other, 5 bar or around 170 psi. But those stats are not for a turbo model. And as you can see, this is supposedly a turbo, which they didn't make for this body style, I know, so obviously someone added a turbo. But I thought they dropped the whole turbo engine in here. They dropped a fucking turbo onto a naturally aspirated 5-cylinder. I don't want to go through and take out the turbo and see if it'll work that way. I don't know what kind of damage is done. That's a whole nother however many hours. Someone tried to do something with it and failed. I want to say failed. And now me trying to get back at it, looking like I'm gonna go down the same road. It runs horrible. It runs horrible. It runs horrible. It just stopped running. Fucking success. That's a running belt. That's a running fucking car. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Oh my god. Let's go, it runs. Woo. Woo. See if I could turn down the, or no, let's turn up the idle. Turn up the idle. Oh, it's idling. It's idling. It's fucking idling. I don't know how well it's idling, but it's fucking idling. Let's go. Got the driveway cleared out. This thing is loud. Extra diesel in the back. Driveway cleared. Never tried the transmission before. So, let's see if it'll move after 30 years of not. Oh boy, there's no cushion in this seat. And that glass needs to be cleaned pretty desperately. Okay, I just threw it in the drive, pulled the brake release, and it's moving. It's moving under its own power right now. I am rolling under, I'm braking. I just braked. Broke, I don't know. Turning radius is pretty horrible, but do I have reverse? Oh, I got reverse. I got reverse. I got a reverse gear. Ooh. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh yeah, I don't think the transmission's happy that it's moving. Let's see. All right, let's go for a fucking super dangerous drive. Oh, and I broke the trim for that. I just gotta straighten it out actually. Okay, that's fine. All right, this is where we're at. I'm ripping it a little bit. I ripped it a couple times. Oil pressure went down. It doesn't sound great, and there's this much play in the steering wheel. Before anything happens, there's this much play in the steering wheel, but it actually shifts gears. Smells like a bunch of burnt oil, smells like a bunch of burnt diesel. Shifts gears, the oil pressure works, the fuel tank works, the temperature works, steering is shit, brakes are pretty shit, brakes are pretty doo-doo, Jesus. Can't hardly fucking drive this thing with one hand. But I got it to rip up to like 50 miles an hour, according to the speedometer. So I'm calling that a win. A win is a win. It's nearly undrivable with the, just what it is still. It's essentially undrivable. Shit's hella creaking and grinding, so I'm gonna try to spray up a couple things that I know might help it. And then when you're not in the play, the steering really isn't that nice to you. So I might just need to work the fluid. I'm gonna keep driving it. Son, we out here, boy. We out here, boy. Big Ben's life.